Welcome to a new video, everybody. Today we're going to be putting a new air intake system on the Stinger. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and see how to get it installed. I picked up the dual air intake combo from Berger Motorsports, and I went ahead and got the tubing and filters both in red. There's a couple of different color combos you can go with, and as you can see here, we've just got one little bag of hardware, and that's pretty much all that we're going to need besides our tools. This is going to be a very simple install. As you can see, I've already taken care of part one, put the filters on the ends of the intake tubing. They're going to go on the ends up here where this little tab is at. That tab is going to hold into the heat shielding here. So let's go ahead and we will open up the hood and see what the regular air intake sounds like, and then start removing some of the stock airbox stuff. Now the first thing that we need to remove in the engine bay is the strut bars, so we'll go ahead and get our 12mm socket out and get those off of there. That way we can access our air boxes directly underneath them. For the next step, we need to go ahead and remove this vacuum hose from the stock air intake tubing. We'll take some pliers, loosen that clamp up, and then we'll just kind of wiggle this off. You don't want to pull in one direction or you're going to bust the valve off inside of the vacuum hosing. If you're going to be working with a lot of these hose clamps, I highly suggest picking up some of these hose clamp pliers. They lock in place and they have little teeth that help you get directly around the clamp, make it so much easier to deal with. Now that we've got the vacuum hose removed from the stock air intake tubing, we can go ahead and loosen up the hose clamps on either side, and then we'll be able to remove the whole top of the airbox by releasing these latches on either side. Now that the tops of the stock air boxes are removed, we can go ahead and get these old filters out of here. You're just going to kind of grab up in the corner where the rubber is and then pull these straight out. To put the intakes together the rest of the way, I found it was easier to just go ahead and remove the filter so that you can get everything secured. Now on each air box, we'll need to remove the bolts that are at the very top. Those are going to be reused to help secure the new heat shielding in. Now that those have been removed, we can go ahead and put the air intake into place. It's just going to sit down in the air box like this. As you can see, the bolts back there are going to match up with where the heat shielding is going to sit. And then we've just got to reconnect the hose over here and we'll be good to go. Next, make sure to reconnect the vacuum hose to the driver's side intake. before we put these strut braces back on, let's go ahead and fire it up and make sure that we're not hearing any leaks or getting any kind of error codes. Alrighty, so we've got no errors on our dash, and coming around here, it doesn't sound like there's anything wrong. I'm not hearing any leaks or any kind of weird noises. So let's go ahead and rev it up a few times and see what these intakes sound like. Alrighty, after checking everything, making sure it's all working properly, I went ahead and put these strut braces back on, and we are finished with this install. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out the video. If you have any questions about the air intakes or about the install, let me know in the comments. I'll be leaving a link in the description to a set of these intakes if you want to put some in your car. Again, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the video, and I hope to see you in my next one.